Well, they don't call them the faithful for nothing, Brock. Fans numbering 70,000 strong have made the trek to Santa Clara, and they're ready to cheer on their 49ers here at Levi's Stadium. Up next, a contest that keeps things all in the NFC between the Detroit Lions and the San Francisco 49ers. Jason Sanders is out, ready to kick this one away. And we're off from Levi's Stadium. His return starts at the 5. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10.
Get set, stop.
First carry here for Jordan James. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Can lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Here's the first carry for the rookie out of Notre Dame. All right, short of the marker for the moment, but they've got 3rd and short coming up from their own 44.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Third down, 1 yard to go.
Get set. Up.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. This is brought in by Coleman. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47.
Outside.
The running back gets it on the draw. That is exactly why you rally to the football. Got through one tackle, but the next guy gets him for a loss.
As a play caller, Kate, I would always be a little cautious of a 1st down draw. I like it better when that defense is anticipating pass. Well, they were only anticipating getting the backfield and making that running back feel the pain.
All right, here we go. 2nd down.
Get set. Watch out. Stop.
From the gun is Purdy. They get to him, and he loses the football. It's out. The Lions get to it. And they're able to add some extra yards onto the turnover too, Brock, as this defense steals away possession. They had gotten the ball moving, Brock. We're seeing some progress on their debut possession.
They were following the script well, but of course, nobody scripts a turnover.
No, they don't. So does that totally erase the positives that they could otherwise take away from that opening drive?
Yes and no. I mean, every possession is such a premium in this league, but you do know we can move this ball. We just got to take better care of it.
Blocked by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Big man up front said, "Not in my house." Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this: it's over.
Set, ready. Set.
2nd and 10, here's a pass. He'll check this one down, complete to the fullback. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
That's what they call staring down the gun barrel. You know as a quarterback, you're about to get absolutely blasted. You've got to deliver an accurate throw just like that.
Nickel set from the Niners on third down.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll air it out on third. That one complete to St. Brown. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. That's 16 on the pickup. And that is good for Detroit first down. I know it's early, Brock, but that felt kind of big. A lot of momentum generated from that turnover was about to disappear if they didn't convert.
Yeah, there actually is some pressure on this opening series to score. I know pressure's a privilege, but that turnover gave them some early momentum, but it won't just disappear if they'll fail to score. We'll actually head to that other sidelines.
Somebody there, and he knocks it away. Couldn't connect for it all on that first down, so back to the drawing board they go for second. Went for that big shot. They wanted to get that highlight the first time they touched the football.
Yeah, this group likes to be aggressive, and early incompletion's not going to deter them. Sharpshooters, they don't stop shooting threes because of one brick, and they won't stop pushing this ball down the field either.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Hut, hut.
First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. Good little whip there. Looks like about 6. Bernardo Green with that tackle.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Third and 4 coming up now.
Ready, ready. Hut.
They'll throw it. Screen here for Gibbs. He's got the first and more inside the 25. And they finally get to him at the 15. They got 21 yards on the play. And the Lions have a first down.
This dude just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Ready?
From the red zone on first. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that sack quickly changes the tone of this series, Brock. It's 2nd down.
Oftentimes, these early exchanges are just a feeling-out process for rushers and blockers. But they can also set the tone for the battles the rest of the game. And that defender, you know, with an early win, he's feeling really good about himself.
Things already looking a good bit tougher here. It is 2nd and 17 after the sack.
Let's go.
Looking to throw here. Quick slant, that's Williams. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
All right, they need 7 here on third down on what is the 9th play of this drive.
Come on, set. Ready?
Throw here, third down. And it's incomplete, so that's going to bring up 4th down. All right, partner, testing the perimeter early there. Coverage held up. Could be a tough day for those outside receivers to make an impact.
Okay, partner, testing you here. You've heard me say this a lot. Okay, coordinator's job is to get you man-to-man coverage, and your job is
to win it.
I'd say all in all, that's the exact type of start this team was looking for. 2 possessions in, they've got the lead. A little early momentum with that field goal.
Sanders all set to send it away. Starting from the 5. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
San Francisco to the line. It's 1st and 10.
Outside. Up.
Now run, James. He's going to be stopped right around the 37. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
We've set it down from the 37. Purdy on first down. Catch made right side by Coleman. And this one doesn't go far.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Back to throw. Here's Purdy. Dumped off to his running back. Past midfield to the 45. And he works this down to the 41. So 20 yards on that play. And that means it'll be first down San Francisco.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. That's a drop-back pass. When you get a big play on the screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
So first down from the 41.
Get set, get set.
Purdy looking to throw. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Well, he's been perfect to that point on the drive, Brock. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right?
Yeah,
And I look at it through those optics so much. But it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
Play action now with Purdy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the sack forces a now tougher third down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Let's see what they went with on third down.
Get set, get set. Watch out.
Here he goes, third and long. Finds the in route complete. And they catch him just in time to prevent the first, but that got very close, didn't it? It's fourth and maybe a yard.
It's fourth down.
Only a solitary field goal so far as we're through one quarter. The Lions out in front. Back to Levi Stadium right after this. We're back, and it's 49ers football as we resume. Everyone's out there, so let's get things restarted. It's close and no good. It connects with that left upright. And they are unable to tie up this contest.
Kid, I have no idea why I talk about banking so much with deposits and withdrawals. But let me tell you right there, that's a withdrawal of trust. Next time around, on a 4th and 1, probably going to see him go for it.
Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10.
19, Tiger, 19.
Ooh, the wide receiver getting it to begin the drive. He's going to get this one into enemy territory to the 47. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down to first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47.
Down.
From the pistol, it's Gibbs. And they're going to be humbled here on 1st down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
They break the huddle. It's 2nd down now.
Set, ready. Set.
Takes the handoff. Now to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And for the 2nd straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way. And that's going to bring up a tough 3rd down.
Kate, I can speak from personal experience on this one. That is the absolute worst nightmare as a quarterback. When you call that bootleg and you turn around and all you see is nothing but a big old defensive end, yeah, your interest switched from getting rid of the ball to a little self-preservation. Good job just simply hanging on to the football.
49ers into the dime defensively, third down.
45, wide, hut.
Third and long for him here. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped.
At their own 20-yard line.
'49ers to the line. First and 10. Here's a give inside to James. And this is going to come to an end right at the 32-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Simply put, Kate, that is a drive starter extraordinaire.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
First and 10 from the 32.
Get set, get set. Hut.
Now it's Purdy. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And they're going to get to him right along that midfield stripe, Brock, as he's sent out. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another first and 10. Running with James. Breaks the tackle. He's got space ahead. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be second and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's second and 8.
Get set, get set. 18.
Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's almost to the markers. His effort takes it to the 40, third down.
Brings up third down.
Run now with James. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39. Play action now. Purdy. Sends this to the end zone. And he brings it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers take a second quarter lead.
First thing you do as a quarterback, the first thing that you do when you get to the NFL level, if you haven't learned it earlier, is you scan those safeties. Do I got middle field open or close? Do I got a single eye or two high? Is that post going to be available? Because if it is, big plays can follow.
This is Trujillo to try the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the 49ers take a 4-point lead.
7, Lions 3.
Here's Trujillo to kick it away. Returnable from the 2. And this drive will start inside the 25.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
double.
All right, Lions just about ready. 1st and 10.
Ready, ready.
We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. The Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10.
Set, hut. 52, blue. Hut, hut.
They'll throw to begin this drive. It isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
Kate, speaking from experience here, what happens now with the 3rd sack allowed, especially on an early down like that, is that head coach and coordinator going to have a conversation. Okay, we got to fix this. Do we slide? Do we chip? Do we keep more people in? Because the one thing you can't do is keep getting your quarterback hit.
Ready up.
A lot of work to do as that sack makes this a tough 2nd and 17.
Here we go. Ready.
Here's the throw. Hits him on the out route. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
As quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
3rd and just 2 to go.
Set. 50, ready.
Here he is on 3rd and short. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And it's 4th and short. We'll see if they go for it. Ethan Evans back out there. They're going to punt it away again. And a big hit on the return to stop it cold.
At their own 29-yard line.
San Francisco to the line. It's 1st and 10.
Get set.
Hand off to the back. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
Outside.
Now Purdy. He slides down with enough to pick up that first.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, partner, from the 45.
Get set. Get set. 18. Watch out.
Looking to throw, Purdy. Completed over the middle. He did well on that play, but might have had some early help. We've got a flag down. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20.
Outside.
Running it after the penalty. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle. Well, not much scoring to this point as we've reached our 2-minute warning. The 49ers with the lead here at Levi Stadium. Back to the line they come, 2nd down.
Get set. Get set. 18.
Shotgun snap for Purdy. Short pass brought in. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
Lions in the nickel. This is third down.
18! Watch out!
They'll throw. Third and long. Defender is there. He knocks it away, and that's going to force fourth down.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return.
First and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
All right, Lions just about ready. First and 10.
Come on, set! 40, set!
They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Ooh, almost a throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands. He dropped it. It's incomplete. Second down coming up.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, that's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Almost a very quick drive, but the drop kick gives him new life. This is second down.
Here we go, set! Set!
They're going to try and throw it here. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So they're left facing third and long.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on third down.
Ready, ready! Yellow, 22, ready!
To the air on third and long. Finds him on the crossing route. And this winds up being an excellent play for him from deep in their own territory, up approaching that 30-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that is good for Detroit first down.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Ready! Let's go!
San Francisco calls it second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Coming to the line, this is first and 10.
Ready!
Sticking to the air here. Out to his wide out, it's a screen. They come crashing down on that receiver screen, and they take him down behind the line.
You'll hear defensive coaches all the time really ask their players to pull the trigger. Read, react, diagnose, and when you see it, go fire away. And that's exactly what the defense does to take away that screen.
All right, here we go. Second down.
Set! Black 40, ready?
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He fires one deep down the left sideline. And that's sent to the ground by a defender and incomplete. Would have been one for the highlight reel, but instead, they're facing third down.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. But ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge game.
Okay, right.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here.
Set, cut! Cut, cut!
Throw here, third down. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he gets this one up to the 40-yard line. 10 seconds to go in our half, partner. We've got whistles. It's a timeout.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day one install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
He throws a bullet deep to the right side.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
So after the incompletion, still at that 40-yard line for 2nd and 10.
Let's go now. Yellow. Ready?
Looking to throw. He's going to try another deep one here. And his final shot of the half will not connect. That falls incomplete. No time remaining in our first half. Here's Trujillo to kick it away. He's going to field this at the 2. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Ready.
The Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Cut.
Right up the gut. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
That's the kind of yardage it's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now, 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
Pass play coming here. That's incomplete on 2nd down.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
It's 3rd down and 7 yards to go.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Set. Ready. Black. 95. Cut.
3rd and long. They're going to throw. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Okay, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw, and without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
Here we go. Set. Set.
Going now on 1st down. Screen here for Gibbs. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And the Lions have a 1st down.
To this day, I could still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
On 1st down, it's Gibbs. And that effort yields only about 3 yards there. 2nd down.
You know, okay, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
4 yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6.
Come on. Set. Set.
Plowing up the middle. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
Seventh play of the drive. They've been moving it well. This is 3rd and 6.
Let's go. 10. Ready.
They'll air it out on 3rd. That one complete to St. Brown. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down. And that right there is about the best you could hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and 2 guys can't stop one.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10.
Yes, set.
From the gun, a carry by Williams. And they were ready for this one. No running room at all. He's taken down behind the line.
Not sure if it was a missed assignment on the line, a dominant play on his part, or maybe a little bit of both, Kate, but look at those dudes down there defensively. Man, they are fired up after that stick behind the line.
Offense to the line, 2nd down.
Ready.
Back to throw. Going deep here for the end zone. And he will score. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions take the lead right away in half number 2.
A receiver this skilled, well, he's got every route in his back pocket. But sometimes simple is better. No complicated cuts, no double moves. You just go run right by him.
Extra point is good by Sanders. And the Lions push their lead to 3.
49ers 7. Jason Sanders set to
Sanders
kick
all
off.
set to send it away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Things going well so far. And he's going to reach that 34-yard line before he stops.
At their own 34-yard line.
All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10.
Get set. Get set.
This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
Tackled back at the 30-yard line.
Headed in reverse so far. Time to shift into drive. Here's 2nd and 14. Purdy throwing here. Fits it through the middle. And he's going to be brought down in enemy territory now at the 46. Give him 24 yards on that one. And that gives the 49ers the first.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things. Separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation could create the big play down the field.
1st and 10 now from the 46.
Get set.
Here's James running right. He cuts it towards the sideline. Tackle made at the 10. 1st and goal coming up.
To me, now is the time to step on the gas, and you see this more and more in today's game, and it's the right move. Get that explosive run, get right back to the line of scrimmage, and don't let this defense breathe.
1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Has it in close. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers grab the lead on their first series of the half. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while. But that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
Trujillo lands on the point after. And the 49ers take a 4-point lead.
14, Lions 10.
Here's Trujillo to kick it away. Returnable from the 2. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
All right, Lions just about ready. 1st and 10.
Down.
We'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And the drive starts out small, just 1 yard on that play.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down. After that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down.
33, yellow. Ready?
He's going to throw it. This one to Williams out left side. That screen sniffed out quickly, shut down behind the line.
Yeah, every receiver wants the ball, but they all want their touches. That is until you run a bubble screen, and that receiver knows it's doomed, and he's going to take a shot like that.
Let's see what they went with. Third down.
Here we go. 52 Blues. Set.
Third and long for him here. This one's in range, but it gets knocked away. Couldn't connect, and that brings up fourth down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets two. It could have gone the other way.
Looking to return from the 29. It's a nice running on that return. He gets it up past the 35. Great starting spot here for the 49ers. They're headed up first and 10. Back to throw. Here's Purdy. And this one is launched downfield. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
So it's second and 10 now. Ball still at that 39-yard line. Give now to the running back. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that means it'll be first down, San Francisco.
Danger, Kate. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. First and 10.
Get set. Up.
Running this with James. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Offense to the line for second down.
Outside. Watch out.
From the gun is Purdy. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. Unable to find Adonai Mitchell with that one. And things look tougher now with third and long.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
And he'll bring in this fair catch at the 13.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Detroit offense to the line. Here's first and 10. Heads out on the bootleg. Ooh, kind of soft spot. Crosses the 25. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch just like that. Taking a short gain and turning it into an explosive play.
Great start to this drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play.
Set, ready. Flash, set.
Handoff running left. Here's Gibbs. He's caught just as he crossed the line of scrimmage. Might have picked up a yard. It's going to be second down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
Let's go.
Putting a receiver in motion.
Ready.
They'll run the draw. And this is going backwards. The defense all over that draw, and they're going to lose yards. 3rd down coming up. Their dominance against this ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
This drive is in trouble. Got to figure out 3rd and 12.
Here we go. Here we go. 50, green.
Here he goes. 3rd and long. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to have this one down to the 28. They get 27 on the play. And that is good for a Detroit first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Ready.
Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10.
Ready. Ready. Ready.
Dropping back to throw. Oh, he lost the football. Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. All right, so they retain possession, but they're going backwards, Brock, after they put it on the ground. Comes up empty on that one. And now they face 2nd and long.
Well, I think you know the only thing redeeming about that play, Kate.
They got the ball back.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, they got the ball back, but a whole lot longer down in distance.
So they keep the football, but now they face 2nd and long.
Yellow, 43, punt.
Now looking to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line.
Just how many times do we see teams go to this route? You go to a Little League field, tell them to, hey, run to the post. It's a playbook staple. And he's someone you could depend on to create space and make catches out of it.
Will this drive continue? Here comes 3rd down.
Black.
He's going to throw this one. Going all the way to the end zone here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
That's going to be a play tomorrow. When they watch it on tape, they're going to be kicking themselves a bit. Kate, you get man-to-man coverage down in the red zone, you got to take advantage of it. It's hard. Zone coverage and the windows are so tight. You get man, got to find a way to win. It's one of those game management situations, Kate, that people are going to question afterwards. 4th quarter, down by that margin. Yeah, you could question whether you even should have brought the field goal team out. But now with that miss, there's going to be even more criticism.
The 49ers find themselves in a great starting spot here. 1st and 10 coming up. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground, you could throw beyond the sticks, really create some indecision now defensively.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Completed over the middle. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. So a 27-yard pickup on that play. And that gives the 49ers the first.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. Now it's Purdy. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Even the best of them can be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
Ball still on that 29-yard line as they come up to it. 2nd and 10.
Get set, get set.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets a nice chunk, looks like about 5. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
Here they go, getting set for 3rd and 4.
Outside.
Purdy gets this from the pistol. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. It's the exact opposite of what this offense needed. They now face 4th down.
As we're into the 4th quarter, we know this. We know that money down could not be any more important than right now. Both sides are certainly fatigued. You feel it in both their play. Battling through what's been a physical contest all game long is going to be the key here down the stretch. As much as that can help them breathe just a little easier on the scoreboard, it doesn't take away now any of the tension this defense is feeling. They're going to need to step up, come through with a stop right here.
He's going to field this at the 2. And this drive will start inside the 25. After that return, he's looking pretty banged up out there. We're going to have a stoppage as team personnel comes out to look at him. All right, Lions just about ready. 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. 45, set.
Takes the handoff, now to throw. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Brock. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
From the 24 once again, it's 2nd and 10.
Set, hut. Yellow, 22. Hut.
He'll look to throw. Connects on the crosser. And they're able to drive him out as he reaches the 45. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Lions have a 1st down.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Drawing up the design keeper. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
Absolutely no fear in his game. Even one of the smaller defenders out there, he isn't afraid to go charging into all those linemen and dish out some physical play himself to make that stop.
On the double.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10.
Come on, set. 60 reps. Ready.
Back to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit, Kate. You got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
Ready.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down.
Ready. Ready. Ready.
He'll throw it. Finds him on the crossing route. And they're going to hold him down just shy of the 40. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
That's one of those plays, Kate, where every position on the offense gets a gold star. They all did their job, enough protection to allow the quarterback time to find his receiver, who went all the way from the right side of the field to the left side of the field to do some damage.
Let's go now. Hut, hut.
Off the gut they go with Gibbs. Drops by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. They only get a yard that time, and we... have reached the 2-minute warning.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Here we go. Black 40. Set. Go.
They're throwing it. Catch made underneath by the back. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Eighth play of the drive now. They need 2 to keep it going.
Down. Set.
They'll try and pick this up on the ground. Oh, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the 49ers. The 40. Hits the 20. And this one may be out of reach now because the defense comes through with 6. This is Trujillo to try to point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the 49ers double their lead to 14.
Niners 24, Lions 10.
Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. And this is taken in the end zone, but not returned, so they'll bring this out to the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10.
33.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the 49ers get it back on his 6th interception of the season.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Shut up.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. Design quarterback run here. Lining up to take a knee on 2nd down.
Fix the Eagle. Fix the Eagle. Go.
He's drawing up for him.
Let's go.
Setting up for the kneel down on third.
60 Bison.
So the 49ers earn the win in this one. Well, tip of the cap, Brock. You could not question that they brought some fight to the field, try to throw their best punches. But we both know an opponent playing well, a road game, a hostile crowd getting after them, just too much to overcome.
If you can't get the win on the road, and listen, more than half the time you won't, a coach at least wants to see his guys keep fighting and scratching and clawing until the final whistle. I think they at least did that. But there's going to be plenty of other areas to work on when they get to the practice field this week.
Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the 49ers, as we'll see you next time from Santa Clara.